All right, awesome. I'll quickly share my screen and then we can start. I want the session to be as interactive as it can be, and I really hope that you get the insight you're looking for through this session. Let me know if you can see my screen quickly in the chat. So yeah, as I said, I would love for the session to be as interactive as it can be. So please keep posting your messages in the comment section. I'll try to cover as much as I can in between the session. More or less, I can also cover something at the end if there are any questions that left, or if you want to chat more, happy to hang around a little more to talk to you about some of the things, hackathons or anything else that you have questions for. All right, I'm going to put the chat right here so that I can see it while I go through my presentation, and I can see that you can view the site. So awesome. Again, hello everyone and welcome to this session. How can hackathons boost your tech career? I can probably tell you a little from my experiences that the hacker community is an incredible place for you all to come together, learn from each other and build relationships. I'll talk about what a hackathon is if you've never been to one, so don't worry, we'll cover everything from the basics, but more importantly, we'll talk about how it can help you boost your tech career. And if that's something that you definitely want and like what exactly you want to do when you think about a career in tech. So a lot of questions, a lot of answers that you're looking for, and we'll try to cover most of it in this workshop. We'll talk about different hacker experiences, how you can make the most out of your next hackathon, whether it's virtual or in-person one that you're attending. And I'd like to cover as much as I can in this session, right? So as I said, the tech industry will definitely invest in you as much as you invest in yourself. And the future of tech holds opportunities for everyone. It's up to you to just go out a little out of your comfort zone and figure the one that's best for you, right? To talk about what these opportunities means, we'll talk about what it includes. But first, let's quickly jump into introductions. All right, I want you all to introduce yourselves through the comment section. You can, I'm not sure if you can unmute yourself or anything, but it would be great if you can just put down it in the comment section and just talk about yourself. As I said, it's a digital world. There are folks who are joining us from around the world, and I'd love to get to know you a little bit more. As for me, my name is Sashrika, and I know we already had a little bit of introduction before, but we can just go through it in a quick round. I work as a software engineer in Microsoft, and I'm a hackathon product specialist and coach with Major League Hacking. I attended my first hackathon back in 2018 and have been to 50 plus hackathons since. I'd love to share more of my experiences through that. You see me working around and planning hackathons for MLH. Every weekend we bring to a new theme and hope to organize some great events. So if you want to chat about the hosted by MLH hackathons, anything else in general, you can have a look at my profile. If there are any questions that you have, we'll take them through the presentation and at the end. My socials are definitely on the screen. You can connect me. I go by Sashrika Kaur pretty much everywhere. So it'll be easier for you to find me wherever you are, wherever you want to connect. If you're connecting on LinkedIn, make sure you drop a message that you are joining in from Codementor session so that I know who you are and I can add you to my connection. Awesome. I can see that a lot of you folks are still joining. So I'll give you a moment just to put your message quickly in, introduce yourself, tell me your name and where you're joining from. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and we'll continue with the session. Let's talk about what I'm going to cover in today's session. As I said, it will be divided into 4 sections. We'll cover everything right from the basics to how can it absolutely help you boost your career and what are the opportunities that we are talking about here. Right. So we'll talk about what's a hackathon, how will it help you in your career, what are the opportunities that you can take forward, how to get started and find hackathons, what are the good ones that you can attend, what are some of the ones that you would feel more at home with, where you can just keep on going and trying to build a skill if you want to scale up your project or anything, and how to make the best out of your next hackathon. So I can see Abdul is here. He's a full stack engineer from Nigeria, Jim from Lake Tahoe. So hello, everyone. That's absolutely amazing. We have a lot, I can see a lot of folks who are joining in. So hey, everyone, Usman, Alfredo, from Palm Beach. Awesome. Folks are literally joining from around the world. Love to see that. So as I said, we have a lot of ground to cover and honestly very little time to do so. So I want to keep as much time as I can for your questions at the end. We're going to jump right into it and let's see what we have in store for you. Awesome. Starting up with what's a hackathon. As you can see in this presentation, and you'll probably get a gist of it, this session would be filled with a lot of insights and a lot of memes, of course. I mean, I don't really know how to describe it well, but if beyond memes, so I'm just going to put it right there. Let's start with the basics. For folks who are beginners, let me know if you don't have any idea what a hackathon is, have never been to one, and probably just want to see what the hype is all about, put that in the comment section. I just wanted to get a gist of what the audience looks like here. But yeah, talking about what is a hackathon, we definitely use this a lot at Major League Hacking, and I'm going to put the same thing here. We call it an invention marathon. It's a place where anyone with even a remote interest in technology can attend a hackathon to learn, build, and share their experiences together, like share their projects and experiences together. So you can have similar experiences, you can have different experiences, but want to learn from someone else. It's a weekend full of welcoming atmosphere, a relaxed weekend where you just have to focus on doing what you love. If you love programming, if you just a quick thing. So want to make your presentation full screen. I thought it was absolutely full screen. I think you can see the window tab, but unfortunately the Zoom share is not letting me share my tab. I hope this is all right. Let me know if if anything is not visible, I can try and fix it. Awesome. I can see that a lot of folks have not attended a hackathon before. So yes, it can be like a 24 or a 48-hour event where you don't have to be a programmer at all. You certainly don't have to be like a major in computer science to get started with it. You just have to show up and learn and work together and upskill yourself with others. And it's like a whole event. It definitely calls itself a competition, but it's more like an experience where you can just go ahead and meet a bunch of amazing people who you like to network with, who you'd like to connect with, learn from, and just work together. And I know what you're gonna say next, that what if I don't know how to code? I just said that you don't have to be a programmer, or you don't need to know like any programming language of sorts. You don't have to be a computer major. What does that mean? Absolutely no problem at all. Hackathons are beginner friendly. So it's entirely irrelevant with what's your background, where you're coming from, what's your experiences in the past. Like if you have an interest in technology, hackathons are for you. They're welcoming, they're beginner friendly. My experience, the first hackathon that I attended, I only knew one programming language, but a friend of mine who we called didn't know anything about hackathons or technology in general. They just wanted to have a good time. They did have some design skills, and another friend of mine, they wanted to help out with the pitch. So you can do a lot more if not code. You can have different roles that you can play. You can help with design, you can help with pitch, you can help manage the project, lead the entire thing. So if product management is something you want to do, hackathons are a great experience to, just put some experiences on your resume, share some examples in your interviews, and a lot more like that. You can prepare assets, you can work on the ideation phase of it. So there's a lot more that you can do in a hackathon, and which doesn't involve code necessarily. And so if that is something you want to do, definitely there are opportunities and resources to do the same. I'll share some resources with you for getting started, but let's talk about the main crux of this talk, which is how will it boost my tech career? How is it gonna, give you the edge that you need, or how it is gonna talk about how it is gonna basically give you the opportunities that we're talking about, right? So I hope you're listening and I hope you're ready to take notes. I'll talk about some of my experiences and share some of the tips that helped me boost my career in tech. The question, and we'll cover more at the end. I can see that the chat is brimming with comments, so I'm just gonna read about it at the end, or maybe in the middle, just give you a moment to put your questions in. Awesome. So I'll talk about my journey from hack to hire. How did I end up where I am? What's my journey looks like, and what can you take from the journey? And probably if you want something you want to replicate or something you want to try out for yourself. So starting off with my journey in hackathons, which eventually led to my hire. My experience in technology was highly influenced by hackathons. The first time I attended a hackathon, as I shared during the beginning of this presentation with Darren, was that I explored many new technologies, and I got a chance to network with a bunch of amazing people. And most of all, I absolutely had a ton of fun doing it. It's a place where I talked to sponsors, networked with hackers, heard about their experiences, and decided that I really wanted to be a software engineer. That's what I wanted to do with my career in tech. I also learned that there is so much more to the tech careers that I didn't know about. It's not just software engineering. You can be a product manager, project manager, a UX designer, an AI enthusiast if you are, so you can take a career in AI. If you want, you can be a Rust developer. If you don't want to do development at all, you can be a developer evangelist. And I can see that a lot of more folks around me took different career paths, and it's absolutely amazing. So at first I went to a hackathon to make projects, and I'm really telling you that that's all I wanted to do. My journey to a hackathon was, okay, there's good food, and I wanted to build a project and learn new technologies, and I didn't know the fastest way to do so. I just wanted to try my hands at something. There were so many things that I was interested in, and I just couldn't take a pick. And so someone suggested that, hey, you can try your hand at this hackathon, maybe build a project and just try out that technology and see for yourself that what it is. So that's what I did. I went to a hackathon, built an Android application to see if that is something that would interest me. Because I tried working through websites, I just didn't enjoy. It just didn't feel like a lot more like software engineering gig to me. It just felt like, okay, I'm gonna put this thing in, but what next? What else can I do? And somehow I found developing Android as a much more fun way of working through it. So yeah, that's what my first thing was. I developed Android apps on my first hackathon experience. So I went to that one. As I said, I created a project, eventually did not win because that was definitely what was going to happen. A lot of my friends, even in their first hackathon, they did win. So just don't get disheartened from my story. But I did not win, and my team was really disheartened. But on our way back, it didn't necessarily feel like, you know, a loss. It just didn't feel like a failure because we actually learned a lot. We didn't even realize that we built 2 apps in a span of 24 hours, which felt like crazy to us. We didn't realize that when we were doing that, but at the end, because we did it, it was a great learning experience. So eventually I kept on improving, submitted my code sample to a bunch of scholarship and mentorship opportunities to just share the project that I built. Hey, I built this in 24 hours. It seems amazing. It seems incredible. It was just the thrill of it. And I got a chance to get Google's WTM scholarship. That's where I first shared my project. And it got me to my first step towards understanding what I want to do in this career and how to get the guidance for the same. It's not just about you doing on your, it's not, software engineering is always a group event. It's something that I absolutely cherish, that it's not something that you have to do inside a closed room in front of your laptop. It can be a group event. It can be a group skill where you can learning together and working together. And you need mentors, you need guidance for the same when you're working through it, right? So my journey definitely involved a lot of mentors who helped me out through this entire journey. And all of these mentors are some I met at hackathons, some I met at community events, some of them I enrolled to a program and just happened to be at the same place where, they can share their experiences with me. So I got into a few mentorship circles, which are organized during these hackathons, and it was amazing. I did my internship at Flipkart, which again had similar hackathon experiences. I became an MLS coach, which is all about hackathons. And then what I get from all of that is that it requires many hacks for you to realize that your love about something. So if you're interested in developer evangelism, definitely go for it. If you're interested in being a UX designer, your gig is there. Hackathons can help you do that. It gives you a demo of an experience where how would it feel like if this was your entire career? And that definitely gives you a lot of sense on getting that clarity on what you want to do next. So many hacks later, I became a software engineer at Microsoft, and it's been a hell of a ride, because when I say that my experiences through hackathons led to my hire, I mean the opportunities that I got from networking. Now, I've always felt Microsoft to be the company that I wanted to work in. And so when I went to these hackathons, and I could see a lot of folks who were working in Microsoft there, I just went up to them and talked to them. I just introduced myself, asked them about their experiences. What is it that, helped them get there? What is it that they do during their career journey, if that's the company that I really want to work in? But there were a lot more companies that were truly interesting as well, a lot more startups that I were introduced to, a lot more journeys and interesting journeys that folks had. And it helped me inspire, be inspired through their journeys into doing something for myself. So as I said, all of these comes down to a baseline of networking, but that networking definitely involves you attending events with like-minded folks, and hackathons were a great way to do that. I could talk about some of the projects that I built during that, how I talked about the folks to understand the process that they went through when they're applying for a new job, get tips, know about tech, and basically talk about anything else in general. It even helped me during my interviews, because in my interviews, a lot of things on my resume that were derived from my hackathon experiences. So my interviewers used to ask me about my work and during the hackathons, and we had a ton of chat about those interviews. So absolutely, as I said, 50 hackathons, and a little over 3 years later, I wanted to share some of the tips that I learned that can help you get the best use of hackathons when you're next to it. So starting with some of the basic stuff. You're right, you can learn new skills. You can keep up with what's happening in the tech world. Learning new skills, you can pick up a technology. It's the quickest way to learn together. Just think about it in this way. We call it an invention marathon, but at the same time, it's a sprint. It's a 48-hour or a 24-hour sprint where you can pick a technology and start working on it. You can get past that initial barrier, or which can feel like, okay, I'm not sure if I can do this. I'm not sure if software engineering is for me. I'm not sure if I want to be a product manager. So there's a lot more things that go beyond just starting a skill. And there's a thing called tutorial hell, if you've heard of it, where you just keep on going in a tutorial loop where you just go ahead and watch a lot of tutorial videos, but you don't feel like you got something out of it. And hackathons are a great way to escape that. Let's say you watched an entire course, but you still don't feel that you know React, for instance, you wanted to learn that. That's what tutorial hell is. You'll watch another video and you keep watching videos and tutorials just to ensure that you understand the language, you understand the technology, but you're not sure if you really do. And hackathons are a great way to put that skills to use, because you're working on problems which folks work in real life, and you're trying to imitate that for yourself. And again, the second point, as I mentioned, which is keeping up with what's happening around, just think about it in this way. I'm not sure if many of you are students or folks who are already in your careers, but there might be a moment where you're faced that, okay, damn, if I only knew about this opportunity, I would have applied to it too. If I only knew that this can be done with what I'm trying to do, it definitely matches my skill set. It definitely matches something that I want to do. And if I just knew about it, I would have applied. I would have just been that way. Or if you're a student, you must have felt that, okay, there's another person in my class. He knows about every new thing that's happening, every new opportunity that arises, just applies to it and gets that. I mean, we're practically in the same class, but how come I don't hear about the same things? And this is where the edge comes in. Attending these community events and hackathons gives you an idea of what the world is working on, what everyone else is working on, and how it can help you grow in your career journey as well. So you can keep up with the latest trends, you can learn new skills, and the answer definitely is hackathons. It's a great and welcoming place to learn together. You can work together as a community. Think about it this way. You're working on that problem together. Everyone wants to help out. Everybody wants to share the resources that help them reach where they are. So the question is, yes, you can learn the skills. That's the most basic goal. What else can you do? What else does the hackathon space offer? And that's where the career fairs, the networking lounges, and everything else comes in. You can participate in the career fairs, which are organized by sponsors. So think about it in this way. You are looking for a new job, shifting to a new role. You're a product manager who wants to shift into the dev space, or you're a student who wants to get their hands on their first job. Career fairs, a great way to network with folks. And a lot of hackathons organize these career fairs with their sponsors. Think the best thing that works for you in this case would be to develop a hack using their technology. And that would definitely give you a chance to show off your skills so that the company knows that, yes, you're interested in them. You can talk to them about the project or the hack that you're building. And all of this is to get the deep insight into the company of your choice. Even if you have folks, like there are a lot of folks who would think about this, that, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to start my own company. It's not just about getting hired for me. It's about me taking time to build something of my own. And so when you think about it in that way, these are some of the great places where folks are talking about their journey, about their project or their project that they're working on. And so you can get some insights and some ideas on how you can grow as well. So there are a lot of speaker sessions, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. But yes, there are networking lounges with those speakers as well. After their session, they would go to these networking lounges, and you can just go up and talk to them about some of the questions that you have. And they are more than happy to help you out, because that's what they love about the community. The community helps them grow their career, and they'll be there to help you out, navigate through it. So I've had some great experiences. I still remember after an event, I just went up to a mentor of mine. He's still a mentor. He helps me out through various bits and phases of life. I just go up to him and I talk to him about, hey, I'm interested in developing apps, but I just don't know where to start. This is where I am currently, and I'm using this hackathon platform to just go ahead and build something. What else can I do? And that's where he shared some great resources. He introduced me to a bunch of folks, and definitely gave me a chance to, network and learn from some amazing folks in the industry. So another great way to learn together is through workshops, panels, discussion circles, and fireside chats. These are 4 other ways which are constantly happening at each of the hackathons. Just before you go to hackathons, research your bit, look at the schedule, see what are things that you like to do, and participate in the ones that definitely help you. I can't tell you how many times hackathons have helped me meet people who love the same things, whether it's by attending a workshop of something that I find interesting, where someone else also finds the same thing interesting, and we have a lot to talk about, right? So discussion circles, panels are a great way to meet folks who are interested in the same things that you are, even within a hackathon. So it's a more targeted thing where you can definitely meet folks who are going through the same thing or are much farther in their career journeys as you are and can help you out, or you can help someone out by going there as well. It's a give and take process where you can invest in the tech journey and also help yourself out when doing so. So as I said, they can meet amazing people, but they're not just mentors in these spaces. They are sponsors. And the difference between a mentor and a sponsor is huge. A mentor may help you network, may help you understand the new technology, may help you get access to the resources. But the sponsors are which actively include you in their professional network. They go out of their way to introduce you to people who could help advance your career. And that's because they're personally invested in your professional development. That definitely means that they saw you working on a project. They can vouch for your technical competencies. They can vouch for the work that you have done. They see that you're interested in a particular technology. So next time an opportunity arises, they would be there to put your name forward that, hey, I know, let's say Darren, and Darren is working on something amazing. So why not you ask him if this is something that he'd be interested in? So it really helps you advance your career, and it really helps you bring all of those things in perspective. So if there's something that you're interested in, it would be a great way to connect with other folks. Now, you might ask, okay, there's so much that we can do at a hackathon. How will this boost my employability? And that is a fair question. Like I already said, it's a great way to learn new technologies that are used in the real world. It's a great way for you to get access to some of the new and upcoming things that you have not heard about, and then just go ahead and try and learn more about those same technologies. Employers are really, really impressed when they know that you did things outside of your degree, outside of your main curriculum, because it shows that you are absolutely invested in the technology around you. They also love the fact that you have been doing something outside of your course, something outside of work. It shows that you're programming and aren't just doing it because of some degree that you took. It's something that you absolutely love. And through this, you can apply to a tons of jobs. If job hunting is what your main goal is, hackathons are a great way to do that. In all the interviews and phone calls and any experiences that I've had, they were really interested in my hackathon journey. Even my final interview with Microsoft included some of the questions beyond that. We really connected on the fact that of our mutual love for hackathons. I still remember my interviewer did ask me about the same things because hackathons were a great culture of Microsoft itself. They organize a global hackathon practically each year. So my interviewer was definitely interested in how hackathons helped me develop those skill sets and develop those people skills that I have. And then they talked about some of the projects that I was working on. So yes, it shows you that you're a team player, which is a crucial skill as well. And at the same time, it shows that you have those technical skills that you are looking for. And this is purely in perspective of software engineering or any other technical role that you're looking for. But if that is not something that you want to do, if you want to go for a little more non-tech role in the tech industry itself, this definitely gives you a lot of skills that you can show off through hackathons and the projects. And it gives you something that you can count as an experience when you're going through it. Okay, now that you know the basics, you know what it is about, you know what the hype is, why everyone is talking so much about hackathons, what more can you do to make the best of it? Now, I'm going to give you some exclusive tips, some of the things that really, really helped me when I was going through hackathons. And it is something that I really follow today. Even if I go to a hackathon today, that's something that I definitely do. And not just because I'm looking for a job switch, or not just because I'm looking for a new, to learn something absolutely out of the box and totally out of my comfort zone. It is much more than that. It is sometimes I'm just looking to see what else is out there. If there's something that might interest me in the future, or if there's a very hard problem that I'm stuck at, but I'm not exactly sure how to go about it, then I just can go ahead and ask questions and meet people. It's as simple as it can be. Now, trying something new, and as I said, this can be a group event. You don't have to do it alone. You can form a team with diverse skill sets and learn together. Hackathons are all about having fun, making memories, participating in events, and meeting people. So you can participate in discussion circles, work together as a team, And as I said, hackathons have sponsors, and some of them might be from your dream company. Just go up to them, talk to them, see what their career journey looks like. What is the exact problem that they're trying to solve in which you can help out, and maybe help, like, put that in. You can build a hack around it as well to just show that you're absolutely serious in pursuing that opportunity, and would definitely help you as would definitely help them as well. So show off those skills, show off your ideas that you have, network with mentors, learn something new while doing so. Sign up with a learning mindset. It doesn't have to be something particular, that you don't have to have a goal when you're going to a hackathon. It can just be, okay, I want to learn something new this weekend. And so this would be a great way to work your way towards it. Ask for help. You can talk to mentors. As I said, workshops, a great way to learn something in a short time. You can sit through a 2-hour workshop, and there are hands-on workshops at hackathons, where you can just code alongside the speaker, and they are great ways to learn something new. So great experiences that you can use and share in your resumes, in your interviews, and everywhere else. So these are some of the ways that you can work through it. But at the same time, you can develop those problem-solving skills that everybody goes on and on about. Have you ever seen a job description where they say you should have good problem-solving skills? I mean, how do you even present that? Okay, in software engineering, there are interviews where there's data systems and algorithms. But what if your interview doesn't include data systems and algorithms? What then? Would they ask you like a really hard puzzle to determine you have problem-solving skills? No, some companies don't believe in puzzles, and what they do is generally look for your experiences where you've demonstrated problem-solving skills and talk about those things in your interviews. So yes, you can use these skills for your future role, for some of the things that you are looking forward to, and you can use this time to plan your careers and your next role as well. I can't tell you how many times I've just walked up to a person with absolutely no goal or nothing in mind. It was just more of like, hey, I have a learning mindset and I really like the work that you're doing. Can you tell me more about it? And they were happy to talk about their career journeys with me. They were happy to share some of the experiences that they had. It was something which definitely included some tips that I could use in my journey, some of the things that I didn't knew could happen, and work my way through it. So definitely, it's not just something where you should have like a goal in mind at all times. It's all about that learning mindset where just think about it this way, whenever you're meeting someone, you can always learn something from them. And at the same time, you can share something from your experiences too and help the other person learn something. It's always a give and take process, as I said. I can give you a few examples of some stories where a few friends of mine got a fellowship program. So there's an MLH fellowship programs that run, and we realized that, there's a lot more that you can do at a hackathon, not just get a job, but also get access to experiences. You can volunteer for your favorite nonprofit organizations and everything. And these are all actual life experiences. I've seen folks get all of these opportunities, and it was great. I can also share some of the tips that I have that I think Major League Hacking shared previously in an article. I'm going to put that in. So you can check out this link where there are expert tips to get most out of your first hackathons, right? There's a lot more that goes behind the hackathons, and you don't have to feel overwhelmed. These are some interesting ideas, right? What you can do is learn from your own experiences. Just go ahead, and this whole presentation is all about knowing what to expect out of a hackathon. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to take it all upon yourself to navigate through it. It's just keep this in the back of your mind when you're going to a hackathon with learning mindset. It is more important that you just be open to the experience of it all. And every hackathon is a new and a different experience. I am attending another hackathon this weekend at Mental Health Hacks, and that's how much I love it. So you just can go ahead and talk to just folks and meet folks if you just want to see the lay of the land, if that's what you're looking for. Now let's see where you can find these events. Now I've talked about these events, how it can help you, some of the tips that you can use, but where can you find this? MLS.io/events is my go-to place to find about more hackathons, but there are definitely more on HackerRank, DevPost, DevFolio, HackerWorld. There are many more hackathons that run on a weekly or a city-by-city basis, or even on yearly basis, which you can do. Hack This Fall is a credible example of that. But there are so many opportunities everywhere, and you just can find. All you need to do is just go to one of these websites, join some of these Discord communities, and then see for yourself what other hackathons are there. If you're targeting for a specific company, sometimes these companies organize hackathons within themselves, for public benefit, basically. I remember in Flipkart, there's the grid that they organize, which is a hackathon for everyone, and that's where they hire most of their candidates from. I remember that there are a lot more other companies that do organize. For example, I saw that I think last week there was a CO Cloud hackathon, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, there are so many companies that organize hackathons for candidates, and if that's something you're interested in, do check those out. And at the end, I would say, I hope we're not over time, but you got this. This is something that I learned from my hackathon experiences. I really hope that this helps you. But yeah, you got this on your own. You just go ahead and go with the learning mindset, attend a hackathon, and see for yourself. And with that, I will go over the chat. I know I missed a lot of comments throughout it all. So I'll go over the chat. You can ask your questions, and we will talk about anything that you want me to elaborate on. Okay, awesome. Cool. I'm just going to go scroll through the chat real quick. So yeah, I can see a lot of folks joining and introducing themselves. So glad to see you here. Okay, awesome. Never attended a hackathon before. Well, I hope I have inspired you to attend this hackathon and then the next hackathon that you could get your hands on. Okay, junior web developer, Daniela. Awesome, love to see it. Okay, awesome. Hack to hire, I'm copying it, sure do. I mean, that's one thing that I just came to my mind and I absolutely loved it. It defines the journey that I went through. Okay. Okay, scrolling down. Awesome, let's see. Can you please speak about the logistics involved in a hackathon? Tell about an example hackathon. I suppose you're asking in terms of an organizer perspective. For sure. There are a lot of more logistics that are involved in a hackathon, and it doesn't necessarily limit itself to organizing like a day's event of sorts. If you're organizing a 24-hour hackathon and it's a digital hackathon, there are different logistics involved. But in a physical hackathon, there are different things that you have to consider. An in-person hackathon definitely would include a venue. If you're thinking about a 24-hour hackathon, you might want to think about food. You might want to think about workshops, speakers, some of the mentors that can help out, the judging process, etc. Some of the things that are similar to a digital hackathon where you don't have to think about the venue, but you do have to think about a platform that you want to use. You do have to think about speakers at the same time. You do want to think about the judging process of it all. I can go on and on about something specific if you want to know about, but if you want an example, we organize an MLH hackathon each weekend in our Discord server. So definitely you can talk to me in Mental Health Hacks if you want to know more about how we organize that. Thank you so much, Praveen, for the kind words. This definitely made my day. Thank you so much. And yeah, I agree, Kat, that it's difficult to get past the mental barrier when you're early in your career. And it happened the same to me. I know a lot of folks who are in their first year, and it's difficult to just get your head around the fact that, hey, you can just go ahead even without a skill, like any experience in technology whatsoever, and then figure out your way once you are at the hackathon. Junior dev, fresh out of boot camp. Nice, Maria, that's great, awesome. Seems like a lot of chats are gone directly to Sashrika. Yes. Skycell, can you please speak out about this website? I saw you working. Looks like you're going to mentor upcoming techies. Yes. So Skycell is a venture that we are currently working on. We are trying our best to roll it out for everyone, but still in beta right now. Skycell is a venture where what we're trying to do is, a lot of times you want to reach out to someone, and the process of cold emailing, the initial barrier, as I think Kat mentioned, is huge. That's something that would terrify a lot of folks, and they won't take the first step. So removing that cold emailing part, and what we're trying to do is, a lot of universities don't even know how to create a LinkedIn profile, how to get started in tech, and the initial barrier is huge. The gatekeeping is what essentially doesn't give a lot of folks a chance to start a career in tech. So Skycell definitely gets rid of that. What we have a network of amazing folks who are working on some brilliant things around, and they would love to talk about their experiences with everyone. I understand that a lot of communities are well settled, and I know that there are a lot of opportunities for folks who are pursuing their careers in tech already. But yeah, this skycell.org would definitely give a chance for you to be a part of the community, and then book some sessions for your university if you want with those speakers. They will put their availability charts for you. They will free up some time on a monthly or a 6-month type basis. And so you just can go ahead and book a session with them. That's what we're trying to work on. But it's not open to everyone right now because it's really difficult to manage it at scale. But we're trying to work on it and expand it as much as we can. I like to ask, how did we find team members that have same mindset and are not extremely competitive? I'm a little scared of that. I get that, definitely. And I had the same vision in mind. I mean, I was a little scared of the fact that a lot of folks, let me know if you can still hear. Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, so as I said, I was really scared about the fact that, a lot of team members would be extremely competitive. They wouldn't be willing to share, share what they learned with me, and I would be just left on my own. So I would say the best way would be not to think about it. And I'm assuming that a lot of folks around you are giving you that, like giving you that feeling of being extremely competitive and you're not able to figure out what to do. So I would say it would be great if you can just go ahead, and even if you take one friend to a hackathon, that's absolutely fine. If you don't want to take anyone, that's fine as well. There are team building sessions within the hackathon, and it would give you a chance to meet new people through the team. And if you're working on a project together, it would give you a chance to make friends who are not extremely competitive, who don't have a mindset of not sharing things. Hackathons are a space where folks definitely do share a lot of things. I do remember in my first hackathons, everything that I learned about hackathons was from a friend of mine who I met through hackathon space itself, through the hacker space itself. So yes, it would be a great way to just show up and participate in the team building activities that are run around by organizers. If it's a digital event, a great way would be just post a message, hey, hi, my name is Maria, and I can help out with this and this in your project. Would really love to mentor with a team. If you have an idea, post that idea in, hey, I would love to work on this idea. Would anybody want to team up with me? And that's the initial message. Folks would reach out to you as well to talk to you about your project and to talk to you about collaborating together. And that's a great way to, work on things, talk about your experiences, share something of your own, ask a question, and that's how you go about it. I'm a developer interested in Linux programs. Okay, can I find opportunities for using them? Absolutely, yes. Develop like anything and everything that you're interested in. There would be resources and there would be folks who love the same things as you do. So you get a chance to, if nothing else, you get a chance to network with those folks and talk about everything. But if you want, you can use a variety of technologies and opportunities to use them. There are career fairs and networking sessions, networking launches, as I mentioned, where you can just go ahead and talk to folks with similar interests. And if there's an opportunity in the similar field that you're interested in, you can get through it. Okay, and I can also see that Praveen shared that to meetups, LinkedIn groups, these are some from his side that you can use to find new folks. Awesome. Okay, so session, I think, yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for your kind messages. I'm not exactly sure if I've missed any question. If I have, just please post it again and I'll go through it. Okay, awesome. I think see that there's some feedback as well. That's for Darren to work on. But yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing those amazing questions. I hope that it really helped you. And if there's anything else that you'd like to know about, feel free to post it in the comment section. And you can also connect with me on my socials. They're up on the screen. As I said, I go by Sashrika Kaur practically everywhere. So it's easier for you to connect. If you're connecting on LinkedIn, just post a message that you're from Codementor's event and I'll add you to my connection list.